Hello, my name is Camry Bolero, and the database that I will be sharing with you today is Global Road Warrior. This is a database designed to help learn about regions of the world in aspects of travel tips, culture, and more, which we will be learning about later in this presentation. First, I will be explaining about the type of resource, then showing you how to use it, and finally reviewing the material that we have learned. First, Global Road Warrior is a geography and travel resource available to all Provo Library users. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, geography is a science that deals with the description, distribution, and interaction of the diverse physical, biological, and cultural features of the Earth's surface. This resource will provide facts and descriptions about each country in this sense. I've also included the definitions of travel and tourism as to go on a trip or journey to a place, and especially one that is far away, for travel, and for tourism, the practice of traveling for recreation. This resource also contains helpful information for those seeking to travel and preparing for future trips. Global Road Warrior includes information in a variety of categories. I have divided some of them between our categories of geography, travel, and tourism to better see the range of information that can be assessed. From geography, you can see things such as country facts, climate, demographics, economy, government, and maps. For travel, business culture, communication, money and banking, security, transportation, and travel essentials. And for tourism, things such as food culture, holidays and festivals, and points of interest, which we will talk about later in this presentation. Now to begin, I have a general overview of the layout of the site so that you can start to get an idea of what this resource is like. You will see a map of countries to the left of the screen and a list in alphabetical order on the right. Either will work in selecting a country to learn about. For the purposes of this presentation, I have already pulled up an overview page for Lithuania. Just from the basic page, you can see the amount of information available. This page features land, geography, regions, and people and culture. This is just a start to the many categories offered that you can see from the expansive toolbar on the left. There are also several pictures to help with learning as well for those of you that are visual learners. Now, before we navigate to the website, I want to point out some helpful tools to watch for. The first is to cite your sources. There is an easy citation button in the site that you can click on, which will show you how to cite the sources in major formats such as APA and MLA, and I will show you where to find this on the site later. You will also want to take note that in the toolbar under each category are subcategories with additional information and detail. For travel essentials, you will find subcategories such as visa and passports, disease risks and prevention, immunization, tipping, customs entry, departure formalities, all important to travel. Now, one of my favorite parts of this site is the Points of Interest tab. It gives a list of locations one might want to visit, divided by categories, an address for its location, which you'll see at the top, a description of it, and additional information that you can email to yourself or others, that third button on the bottom, and I'll show you this again later. We are now going to navigate this source through its link on the Provo Library webpage. You're going to want to go to provolibrary.org, which is pulling up now. And when you get to this main page, you're going to go to this tab that says Learn. Underneath it, the first one says Research Databases. If you click on that, it will bring up online resources that are available through the catalog. Down on the bottom left, at the very last one, is Travel. And if you click on it, you'll see Global Road Warrior. Click on that link and it'll take you right to the web page. Now, I have already logged into this site, but when you first log in, it will ask for your library card information because it is a subscription-based website. I'm already past that part, so I'll show you once you log in what you do next. You'll recognize this from our general overview page. On the right, you'll see those countries listed in alphabetical order, and as you hover over them, it'll show you where it is on the map and change the color, just like Canada there. You can also hover over the map, and again, it'll tell you the country name and it'll change the color so that you know where you're clicking. I know right where Lithuania is, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that because that's what we were looking at earlier. You'll recognize this page from the screenshot that I took, but now we're going to go in a little bit more detail about how to navigate this website. You'll see in this top right area that it'll list the country, the time in the country currently, and the date in the country, which may change depending on what time it is. You'll see that right now it is 1:34 a.m., so it is the 7th in Lithuania, even though it is the 6th here. Now, you'll also see next to that is the temperature. So you're going to see what the temperature is and also the weather, so you get a little bit of a snapshot into what the country looks like right now. We already talked about the country overview a little bit with these first two categories, but you'll see that there's even more that's listed below, such as history, climate and biodiversity, economy, government, and more pictures on the right to help supplement the material. On the left, you'll see those tabs that we had talked about before. A lot of them have extra sub-tabs, which you're going to find things under national symbols, music. One of my favorites is language. So we're actually going to go to the video dictionary here because this is a fun resource.
Здравствуйте.
It will pull up the main language in the country and then show you some major phrases that you may need to use or know, and it'll give you a video dictionary so you can hear how it sounds and they can help teach you. This one also has subcategories, and you're going to find essential terms and then also specific things like marketing or numbers or travel items, depending on what you're looking for if you want something that is a little bit more focused. We are going to now go right under all of these tabs here to the bottom of this gray space where it says select a new country. We're going to choose, how about Argentina?
Hola.
Now, you'll see that it pulls up to exactly the same tab that you were on. I love this because it means that you do not have to go back and find where you were at in order to see different countries in the same aspect. You'll see that it changed the language to Spanish since that's what they speak in Argentina. And again, we'll give you those basic terms and then we'll give you more specific ones that you can look up if you'd like. Now we're going to go back to Lithuania just to stay consistent. So let's find that on our list here. Almost there. And I'll take you right back to the video dictionary in Lithuanian.
Здравствуйте.
Another one that is fun and includes a lot is food culture. I personally like the recipes tab. Over here on the right, I don't know how to say it, but it is a cold beet soup that is popular in Lithuania. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And you'll see that it'll give you a recipe with the ingredients, the cook time, anything that you need. And then also a link to share it if you'd like and a link to print it. So that's a really fun thing that you can look up different cultural dishes and prepare them to learn more about the country. Now we're going to go back down to where we selected a new country because you may have seen that that's where the Cite This document button is. So right above select a new country, we're going to click on that. And it's going to bring up that same box that we saw before with the major citation formats for APA, MLA, and Chicago Manual of Style. And it'll give you exactly what you need in order to cite this source if you're using it for a professional reference. You can also go to the top here and select a language, and you'll see that this site is available in so many different languages, which is really neat that you can go on in many languages of the world and learn about these different cultures. I am going to find now points of interest, which I showed you before. So it's down at the bottom here. So you'll see the points of interest and this first one that I'd shown you already, but you'll also see that they're divided into different tabs. So you've got architectural landmarks here, and you'll find other things like attractions for children, and museums and cultural centers, and natural sites, parks, and religious sites. So you can look up by the different category that you're trying to find things about. You'll see that address right there, which will tell you exactly how to find it. This is the Hill of Crosses, which is really important to the history of Lithuania and their independence from the Russians. It'll give you a description of the place and the history behind it, a picture to see, and then it's this third button that you click on in order to email it to yourself, and it'll also give you a link to the location's website as well, which is really cool. I think that is all for this page, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to our presentation. So now that you've been able to explore the site a little with me, we're going to review the major points. This is a great tool and resource for both geography and travel information, as you can see under point number 1. What kind of resource is this, and what is the difference between the two? Well, we said it is geography and travel. Geography is going to give you more of the basics of the map and demographics of the country, whereas travel, you're going to find more things about different sites that you can go to and different travel tips and information such as travel and COVID. So number 2, you're going to find tools to navigate. So what are the tools that I mentioned specifically? Well, some of the tools are the toolbar, the citations link, and the points of interest, which I hope will all be helpful to you. Lastly, why is this resource important? Under point number 3, well, this is one that's exciting to me because I love to travel. But it can also help you understand the world and other cultures better by the detail and insight it provides to places over the world, even if you don't have the opportunity to travel. It is one that I think that I'm going to be going back to a lot in the future for both reasons. Thank you for exploring this resource with me. I hope you find it useful and enjoyable. Let me know if you have any additional questions and I will be happy to help. Thank you for your time.